Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk in a triple threat match. Absolutely awesome. As we know, this all started back and all aged back to the Royal Rumble, where CM Punk eliminated Rollins and Roman, and then Logan Paul eliminated CM Punk, and then we saw this epic moment outside of the ring where Roman Reigns got put on the shelf for a couple of weeks after Seth Rollins curb stomped him and stood on his head. But then we saw Rollins, and everybody went back and forth. We even saw Roman get curb stomped onto the stairs at one point after that. I mean, just absolutely crazy. But then this rivalry takes a little rest. Seth Rollins and CM Punk get a huge rivalry going. They battle inside of the crowd, but then we get the steel cage match. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw, and they had an awesome match. We saw Triple H even have to bleep some stuff and blur the screen because it was such a, not gruesome, but a very, I'd say dangerous and very awesome match, and it was to the point where they had to use some profanity. But then we saw the return of the OTC, or your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, returning and pulling Seth Rollins out of the steel cage and letting Rollins win, but then hitting him with a Superman punch and a spear outside of the ring, which is devastating. Then we see him go into the ring, or him look over at the ring, and Paul Heyman is with CM Punk. And that is a huge part of this rivalry also, as maybe Roman Reigns could be walking out of WrestleMania with no wise man. After 4 years of him having a wise man and him returning at SummerSlam 2020 with the help of Paul Heyman, and then him winning at Payback 2020 and going on to hold that title for 4 years until WrestleMania 40. Huge moment. But then we see the turn on Roman Reigns from Paul Heyman, and he's sitting with CM Punk. And I guess he's like asking him if he's okay. But then this leads up to this Friday on SmackDown. We see these three brawling it out. And then in this promo, we also see Rollins tell Roman and them kind of agreeing that, hey, you wouldn't be here if you didn't have me, and you wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be here if I didn't have you. And CM Punk said, CM Punk had an iconic line. He said, "This isn't a favor, but thank you for delivering your tribal chief on a golden platter tonight." That's a huge moment. But then after this big old brawl, we see Roman Reigns and CM Punk point at the WrestleMania sign. And that's whenever we know we're going to get this match at Mania, and that's whenever they made it official or later in the week, and that is just an awesome moment. So now we get on to the next rivalry.